chicken, chopped or cubed, artichoke hearts. Okay, and they're all there. They come marinated in a sauce, and I use a lot of the sauce that's, you can see it's about submerged in the sauce. We're going to throw that in there. It adds a lot of flavor to the meal. We have sun-dried tomatoes. I just say it's a package's worth because I use the entire package. You can gauge from that how much to use from a bowl's worth. In the chicken caprese, spice-wise, we start with an olive oil base. We fill the pan with olive oil, which is heated up right now and working. So I'm ready to throw the chicken in. Once the chicken is in, we're going to throw in some spices. Garlic powder, oregano, salt and pepper. Staples in Italian kitchens. Okay? Once it starts going a little bit, we're going to throw in white wine. I've got Chardonnay. You can use a Sauterne. You can use any kind of white wine that you've got. It'll work perfectly. And once it's almost finished, we're going to throw in some Parmesan cheese. I got the powdered or shaken kind, and we've also got what they call artisan, or the more like grated type of Parmesan cheese. Okay? So here we go with the chicken. Once the chicken's going, we'll be back in a little while to throw the rest of it in. Okay? We're going to let the chicken stir in the oil. Just stir it all up for a few minutes. Turn the fire back up so it's good and hot. Before we finish with it, we're going to throw in salt, pepper. You can be liberal with the pepper if you like. Don't be too liberal with the salt because you don't need all that salt in your diet. Garlic powder, good for your heart, and keep away the vampires. Oregano, don't be too overly liberal with the oregano. It adds a very strong flavor, and if you're not fond of it, you won't be happy with the results. Got that. I'm going to add a little bit of the grated Parmesan cheese to start with. Just a little. You add too much, it'll all stick to the pan and you won't have any luck. A little bit of the white wine now. I'm going to stir this all up. Once the chicken is completely cooked through, which will take a few minutes, it gets cooked on both sides so it's no longer looking raw, we'll add the remaining two items, which are the sun-dried tomatoes and the artichoke hearts. And then we'll just let it cook down for about 20 minutes. While it's cooking down, it adds flavor and it creates a really nice sauce that we're going to use when we put it over top of the pasta. And tonight, for pasta, we're going to be using bow tie, which is traditionally called farfalle pasta. Okay? That'll be served with a Caesar salad. I'll show you the end results. I'll show you halfway through as we add the rest of the stuff. I'll be back. Alright, we're back. What I want to show you is, come on here, we'll see with the chicken. The chicken is cooked all the way through, and you can see that a lot of the juices come out of the chicken, so it's kind of submerged in the juice of the oil and the chicken broth and the white wine and everything else. At this point now, is I'm going to add sun-dried tomatoes, sprinkle them all around. And the artichoke hearts with the oil from the artichoke heart, the marinated artichoke hearts. We throw that all in there, okay? I'm going to stir it all up. I'm going to cover it and put it back to a simmer and let it, it's going to cook for another 15-20 minutes. It's going to cook down so that the sauce is going to thicken. But we don't want to reduce the sauce to nothing, but we want to thicken the sauce up so when you put it over top of the pasta, it creates a more of an adherence to the pasta. Okay? We're done. Let's come back and I'll show you when I plate it up. And we're back. What I wanted to show you was that the sauce we had made it so that it had thickened up into the pan, so that it was, instead of just being just very runny, it was a nice thicker sauce. And this is, of course, our plated meal right here, which has been garnished at the end with the Parmesan cheese, shredded, grated, or however you want to call it. But you can see what it looks like. This is it. Chicken Caprese. Over for Papa.